an Uber Eats driver was dismembered in Florida. And Florida it's being sold to everybody as the state. And I love parts of Florida. There's parts of Florida that I love. Palm Beach. Now, but there is the rest of it. Now, obviously, Miami is great, and I'm kidding. The West Coast, Tampa, and St. Pete, all that's great. But you do have to remember that 90% of Florida, geographically, is an unlivable hell where things go on. And it's not a political statement. I'm not like, and it's Ron DeSantis' fault. No, it's just, this is a place where people eat each other. This is a place where there is, behavior that is biblical behavior, where you look at it and you go, this is something I don't even understand. I don't even understand this. Chicago, we get it. The shootings. You're on my block. I'm on your block. Boom, boom. There's maybe a little more to it, but not that much. Florida's like, I'm going to dismember someone. I'm going to dissolve them in a bathtub. I'm going to choke a pit bull. Things you don't think about. You don't think about someone choking a pit bull, but people do. And they do it in Florida. A demonic MS-13 gang member. By the way, I'm not saying that. The New York Post is. So I have no issue with the Salvadorians. A demonic MS-13 gang member robbed and dismembered an Uber Eats driver in Florida for no apparent reason last week. Oscar Solis, 30, who moved to the Sunshine State in January after being sprung on parole from Indiana, allegedly yanked Randall Crook, 60, into his home on April 19th and butchered him. God, Cook was making his final delivery of the night, and that should be the Eli Roth movie, the next one I do, called The Final Delivery. Eli Roth will call me. He'll be like, so there's a movie called Final Delivery, and it's based on the MS-13 driver who's dismembered in his home. So he's just a guy trying to make a living for his family. That's what they're all saying. And he brings him in the house, and then he chops him up. What would motivate someone to do that? How late was this guy? Can we look at that? Is there because I've gotten delivery. I ordered delivery once from a Mexican restaurant, and it had moved around so much in the car. When you opened it up, the guacamole was all on the top, like the roof of the styrofoam, and there was just like one taquito sitting. I didn't even know where the rest of them were. There are like mitigating factors, I think, to this, where it's like, and by the way, what was the order? Do we know the order? Can we find out the order? The final delivery. But this is what I mean. Months ago, I talked about the gig economy being a horror movie. What the gig economy is you're just out there hoping someone doesn't kill you. That's really what it is. You're hoping to God the person who gets into your Uber or walks into Walmart doesn't shoot you, eat you, maim you. Because as the drugs get more potent, and as the people that are doing these things are just out in the open, and they deal directly with you, they're at your doorstep, they're handing you food, you're sitting in the back of a car, and they're sitting in the back of your car, and you're driving them to their who knows, so at the end of the day, it's like the gig economy, which is, the delivery and the Uber and things like that, let alone the department stores where you're a sitting duck. You're literally sitting there. These things have just this increased likelihood now that one of them is going to end incredibly bad. Incredibly bad. And you read about them all the time. You read about these all the time where you're driving an Uber and then somebody gets in and you wonder if someone knows. Like, do you know? You wonder if somebody knows. Because people say they get premonitions before they die. This is what people say. Does someone know when they accept this delivery and they go to, I'm going to say El Pollo Loco because MS-13, but I don't know. It might have been Italian. I don't know. Do they know when they pick up that food and when they're driving to this guy's house, do they feel a little bit in the pit of their stomach like maybe this is it? Maybe this is the last taquito I drop off. This might be the last burrito I hand a guy. What a horrible way to die. You just hand them food and then he yanks you. The way the article was written, he yanks you in. And now you're in his lair. You're in the dungeon. Now, that's how you get kids to pay attention in school. Go, sure, you could do Uber Eats, but I'll tell you, you might get yanked into the lair of an MS-13 guy who eats you. So do you want to do your homework or not? What are they saying here?
So they've asked the wife, but she didn't share the details of it.
Well, why?
Seems pretty personal, yeah.
So he was dismembered, and the guy's been charged with felony murder.
He was the last delivery of the night, though.
Of course, but this is what they're saying. They're saying he wasn't in his right mind. He was probably on drugs. This is what they are saying. I mean, these people look, like good people here. Get that up there. That's really, really sad. This is crazy. What are you doing Uber Eats for in Florida? I know people have to, and that's the comments I'm going to go, you're out of touch. You got the $14,000 sunglasses. You're out of touch. You don't understand that people have to do Uber Eats. I know, but do ya? Is there nothing else to do? Look at that. That's who you're delivering food to. Bring that up. That's who there should be a photo of him on the delivery where you go, no, I'm not bringing a burrito to him. He's got to get it. If you do that to your face, you have to go out and get your food. If you do that, you are not getting home delivery. I'm not bringing you an Eggs Benedict at 9 a.m. You have to go out and get your food through a drive-thru. I mean, that's nuts.